weren't morbidly obese.
And so what could a parent do, right? A parent that's their kid is getting to that 5-6-year-old age. What could they do in order to keep their child breathing through their nose or to help encourage that?
The smartest thing to do is to look at your child sleeping. And it doesn't matter if this kid is 3 months old or a year and a half, 2, 3, whatever. If you can hear them breathing, there's a big problem. That means the child is struggling to breathe. And if a baby is sleeping 12 hours a night, right? That's how a good baby, that's how often they're sleeping and how much they're sleeping. If they're struggling during that time, it is going to have downstream effects on their brain development, on their physical development, on so many other aspects of their health. And we know this. These are facts. So first of all, listen. If you can hear the breathing, huge red flag. Another thing you can do is you can creep up to the bed or the cradle or whatever and see if they are breathing in and out through the mouth. That's a problem, and you have to figure it out. So I can't offer a blanket prescription because every kid is different, but I would highly suggest parents go see a pediatric dentist with experience in airway health. They can assess the kid's issue and they can fix it. And what I've found is if you fix it early enough and allow that mouth to grow the size it's supposed to be growing, guess what happens? No braces, teeth growing straight, no other breathing problems, nasal breather, better facial profile, the musculature and the skeleton develop properly, and you have a healthier kid. So if you front load some of that work early, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff that I had to go through and so many other people had to go through later on.
Yeah, some people have to get the real, they'll get the big braces. I had a dude, they had like braces that were hooked even to his suspenders. It seemed like it was like, this kid they're pulling him up and down.
And you think about what those things do too. And this is something, I never thought about it before because I always thought like science research, it's always moving forward. We're getting better and better and better. But what they used to do for kids 100 years ago, 120 years ago, is with a kid with a mouth that was so small that the teeth were growing and crooked and they had airway problems, what would you do? You would expand the mouth, right? Bigger mouth, teeth growing straight, you can breathe better. But when I was growing up around the 1940s, they industrialized dentistry. And what they did was the same treatment for everybody.
Yeah.
Bring you in there, we're going to start pulling teeth, and then we're going to take those remaining teeth and we're going to crane them. It's like foot binding, like that old Chinese practice of foot binding, right? We're going to crane them in. So as the rest of the head and face is growing, the mouth gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
That's a great point. If you have braces on a youngish child,